vast expanse of the Midian desert, a humble shepherd tended his flock, unaware that his life was about to change forever. This was Moses, a man who had fled from Egypt and found solace in the simple life of a herdsman. Little did he know that God had chosen him for a greater purpose. As Moses led his sheep to graze near Mount Horeb, something extraordinary caught his eye. A bush was engulfed in flames, yet it wasn't being consumed. Curiosity drew him closer, and as he approached, he heard a voice calling out to him from within the fire. "Moses, Moses!" The voice echoed across the barren landscape. Startled, Moses replied, "Here I am." It was then that God revealed himself, instructing Moses to remove his sandals, for he was standing on holy ground. This simple act of reverence marked the beginning of a profound encounter between man and the divine. God spoke to Moses, identifying himself as the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The Almighty had heard the cries of his people in Egypt and was ready to deliver them from bondage. But he needed a messenger, a leader to guide them to freedom. And he had chosen Moses for this monumental task. Moses, overwhelmed by the weight of this divine commission, hesitated. "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt?" he asked, his voice tinged with doubt and uncertainty. But God reassured him, promising to be with him every step of the way. Still, Moses sought a sign, a tangible assurance of God's presence and power. In response, God revealed his holy name, "I am who I am." This profound declaration of divine existence and eternal nature would become a cornerstone of faith for generations to come. The burning bush, a symbol of God's unyielding presence and unconsuming fire, became a turning point in Moses' life. It was here, in this sacred moment, that a shepherd was transformed into a prophet, a leader, and a liberator. God outlined his plan to Moses, detailing the journey ahead. He spoke of the hardships the Israelites would face, the resistance from Pharaoh, and the miraculous signs that would accompany their exodus. Through it all, God promised to be their guide and protector. As the conversation drew to a close, Moses found himself filled with a mixture of awe, fear, and determination. The task before him seemed impossible, yet the assurance of God's presence gave him strength. He knew that this encounter had changed him forever, setting him on a path that would not only alter his own destiny, but that of an entire nation. With renewed purpose, Moses prepared to return to Egypt, carrying with him the message of deliverance and the promise of a new beginning for his people. The burning bush may have faded from sight, but its impact would be felt for generations to come. This divine encounter between Moses and God at the burning bush serves as a powerful reminder of God's ability to use the most unlikely individuals for his grand purposes. It teaches us that when God calls, he also equips, and that even in our moments of doubt and inadequacy, his strength is made perfect in our weakness. As we reflect on this pivotal moment in biblical history, we are reminded that God still speaks today, calling each of us to our own unique purpose. Like Moses, we may feel unworthy or unprepared, but God's promise remains the same. "I will be with you." The story of Moses and the burning bush challenges us to listen for God's voice in our own lives, to be ready to step onto holy ground, and to trust in the one who calls us by name. For in those moments of divine encounter, we too can find the courage to embark on the greatest adventures of faith, knowing that the God who spoke through the flames is the same yesterday, today, and forever.